Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lucien, and in today's video I am going to talk about every single book that I have read so far. This aren't going to be a lot of books because I recently just got into reading again. Somewhere in last year I did start to pick up more books, and so yeah, these aren't going to be a lot of books. As always, I am going to start with book series. Okay, so the first series is the Guardians of Ga'Hoole series, and there are in total, I think, 16 books. There's 16 books, and these are all the paperbacks I have. I don't own the first book in the series. I also don't own the 11th book, which I haven't read, but all those books I have read. And then there is this one, I don't know, spin-off. It's like a spin-off, I think. This one here, this is a hardback. It's about my favorite character, so this is like the favorite book of the whole series for me. I also think that this has one of the most beautiful covers of the book series. Overall, this series was for me a 3.5 series. But if you would ask like 13-year-old me, which just had started the series, 13-year-old me would say it's a 5-star series. The next series is the Evolution trilogy. I have read the first 2 books. The trilogy is written by Thomas Tiemeyer. So that's the first book. It's called Evolution, die Stadt der Überlebenden. And the second one is called Der Turm der Gefangenen. And this is the third book, but I haven't read this. So the first book I gave 4 stars. I read this in I think 2020 or like 2021. It's some time ago, but when I read this, I really liked it. The second book, I finished it on the 28th October of 2023 and gave it 3.5 stars. I just didn't really like where the story was going in this book, because in the first book they are like in this abandoned city and stuff, and I just thought the book series would continue like that. It just wasn't really what I was hoping for in the next book. Also, I hated the second book. It's like a different spine than the other 2 books. So the next series is the Harry Potter series. I have read the first 2 books. So for the first one, I don't really remember when I read it or what rating I gave this book. So yeah, I don't really remember. This book is the only one of the Harry Potter series that I have as a paperback. The other books are all these hardback editions. And yeah, this is the second book. This I read in January 2023, and I've given it 3.5 stars. Not gonna lie, I don't really remember much of it. So the next book series is the Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo. The first book I have read in March of 2023 and gave it 5 stars. I absolutely love this book, the characters, the plot, everything. The second book, I finished it on the 22nd October of 2023. and I also gave it 5 stars. Absolutely love this one. And the next one is also by Labor Dugo. It's Ninth House. I only have read the first book and not the second book. This one I finished on the 13th August of 2023, and I gave it 4.5 stars. The characters just felt a little flat to me, but other than this book was really, really good. The next book is called Imperator, and it is by Kai Meyer and Lisanne Solborg. It is the first book in a trilogy, and it is about this one girl who decides to live with her uncle, and there she joins a group of paparazzi, and she tries to find the murderer of her mother. I did enjoy reading this book, especially because it's set in Rome in the 60s. This was just a really, really good vibe for the book. I finished it on the 3rd September 2023 and gave it 4 stars. The next book is called Die Naturgeschichte der Drachen, Lady Trens Memoiren by Marie Brennan. So this is the first book in the series. I haven't read any other books in the series, but I definitely want to continue the series in this year. Well, it's about this one woman wanting to study dragons. Yes, I really like the concept of this book. Although the first half of the book took me very long to get through, so I finished it somewhere in 2022 and gave it 4 stars. So the next series is the Dune series. I have the first 2 books. Oh. Yes, also this one, the first book is the very first book I ever annotated. I don't think I did very well with this, but yeah, it was the first time I tried to. So yeah, just not as aesthetic looking as my annotations of The Secret History. Also, I think this is one of the worst books you could choose for your first try of annotating, but yeah, whatever. I also plan on continuing this series. This is the second book. The first book I have finished somewhere in 2022 and gave it 4 stars. So the second book I finished on the 31st May and gave it 3.5 stars. And now on to standalone books. So next book is Wir Kinder vom Bahnhof Zoo by Christiane F. I finished this on the 20th July of 2023. And so since she's talking about her life, I decided to not give this book a rating. Next book is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I finished this on the 24th September and gave it 4 stars. This is also a book I liked a lot. It took me very long to read though, but yes, still enjoyed reading it. Then in February 2023, I've read Cursed Bunny by Bora Chan, and I've gave it 4 stars. These are short stories. Yeah, some of them like more horror, some of them more like magical realism. The first 2 short stories I didn't really like, but the others in the book were really great. So yeah, 4 stars. So the next book I have 2 copies of. I have the English and the German version of this book. It is Perfume by Patrick Süskind. The German one I read for school. I finished it in March 2023 and gave it 3 stars. Because this book sometimes it is really long and boring, especially for the descriptions of some stuff. Yeah, so yeah, 3 stars. Also, I don't know if I can show the cover because there are naked people on there. Yes. So in January 2023, I've read The Long Hard Road Out of Hell by Marilyn Manson. I didn't enjoy reading this book, to be honest. there was so much information I just didn't want to know at all. Like, yes, I was very happy when I finally finished it. Was ist mit dem Licht los? Well, I mean, he's an interesting person, but not really in a good way. And then recently, on the 5th February this year, 2024, I've read Winter in Sokcho by Elisa Shuadusapin. Is this how you pronounce it? I don't really know. Yes, I really liked this one, although it wasn't this cute little book I thought it was when I bought it, but I still gave it 5 stars. Yeah, at some points, it made me really sad. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more on my February update video at the end of the month. In January last year, I read No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. I've given it 3.5 stars. I didn't found it as sad as everyone said it is, but I think it's still a good book. So on the 15th July 2023, I've read Animal Farm by George Orwell. A really interesting read. I've given it 4.5 stars. Also a book that I would recommend definitely. Okay, so next book is one of my 5-star reads. It is Dead Poet Society. I also love watching the movie whenever I'm sad. It just really comforts me, the book and also the movie. So on the 31st August of 2023, I've read After Dark by Haruki Murakami. Yes, so the first book by him that I have read, I definitely plan on reading more by him. I've given this book 3.5 stars. I did like it, but I don't know, the end of it was kind of unsatisfying, like not really an explanation for anything that happened. And someone in 2022, I don't remember when, I have read Wenn die Natur ruft by Jack London. I've got this book from my grandpa, so you see it is really old. Yes, my grandpa got this for Christmas in 1955. Yes, so I did like reading this, but the other book of Jack London that I have read in 2022, which is Weißzahn der Wolfshund, I did like this one more than this, although I feel people being more like this is better than this. Also, this I also got from my grandpa. Also in 2022, I've read The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I've given it 5 stars. I absolutely love this book and definitely would recommend it to everyone if you haven't read it already. Also, I annotated this book. Yeah, at the end, I cut these tabs in half because I just was afraid of running out of them before I finished the book. So I'd like to show you some of my annotations. Definitely a 5-star read for me. Now to the books I have read but don't own a physical copy of. Okay, so first we have Wenn Worte meine Waffe wären von Christina Armand. I've read this in April 2023. I've given it 5 stars. When I read it, I landed from a classmate of me. Yes, so it's about this one girl with some family problems, and there's also a LGBTQ part in this story. And yes, just overall really like this book. And then I've read The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. Yeah, I finished it on the 30th September of 2023 and also given it a 5-star like the other book of Donna Tartt. Now I'm just quickly going through the manga that I have read. Okay, so here you can see my 7 Deadly Sins manga. Yeah, so I have stopped to collecting these and I'm also thinking about giving them away because I just don't really want to continue collecting these manga, and also because I've already watched the anime and I just don't really have any interest in this anymore. So I have one Black Butler manga, I don't plan on collecting more of this series, but yeah, I also don't really want to give this one away. Then I have the Blutprinzessin. I definitely do plan on collecting this series, although the first book kind of really disturbed me, but yes, so I really want to continue this one. Okay, last but not least, I have this manga, which is a retelling of Dracula. And I absolutely love this one. It was so great. Also the art style I really love. Like, it looks so cool. Also plan on continue to collect this series. So that's it for the video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it.